down on Jonah's head until he grew faint and wished to die. The ancient Hebrew word for the word angry, get this, it actually means hot, too hot. That's why sometimes when you're angry, you feel like you're in hell. You feel like you're perspiring, you're sweating all over, because it's that, the literal sense, it's to be hot. And so Jonah says this in verse 7. He says, death is certainly better than living like this. And then God said to Jonah, is it right for you to be angry because the plant died? Yes, Jonah retorted, even angry enough to die. Have you noticed it yet? Jonah keeps mentioning about death, about wanting to die. And if there's anything that we're getting from this message, it's this. When you continue to be angry, when you stay angry with your enemies, you know what's happening to you? You are dying a slow death. You are being killed little by little. I mean, think about it. When you're angry, the first thing that's killed is your peace of mind. You don't want to see that person because you're angry at that person, but not knowing that you're thinking about that person 24/7. Right? That's the person in your head. Whenever you're going to bed, you think about that person, then you get mad. And then, after your peace of mind is killed, what happens is that your joy is killed. You start losing all the happiness that you used to have. And then after your joy is killed, your identity is killed. You used to be this happy, peaceful, loving person, and then now you've turned into a bitter, resentful, unforgiving person. It changes you. And I know this because I've experienced it. You know, sometimes whenever we're angry, our anger will sometimes be senseless. How do I know that? Because have you ever been in an argument with somebody, and the argument has turned for the worse, and you just want to win that argument? So instead of going for logic, you just go for longevity. You're like, how long can I keep this argument, even if it's already so stupid, until that other person snaps? You're just waiting for that other person to snap. That's it. It's just longevity, not even just logical anymore. Because you think that if kung napikot, talo. So that's what you do. But here's the truth. Victory at the expense of love and truth is not really victory. It's fake victory. You cannot win the right fight if you embellish the truth, if you lie about it, or if you start hating other people. So that's not real victory. And that's what we're seeing right now. People are so victorious, but then they're backstabbing other people. They're coming up with bad things about those other people. It's not really victory if you're not loving the person. And so that's what the anger is doing to all of us. You know, the story of Jonah is about God's mercy, because we are all angry people deep inside. And I know this, just like what Brother Bo shared earlier. I have my own story. In 2013, I remember this because it was I got married at 2013, October 24th, 2013. And 6 months before I got married, I was scammed big time. And it wasn't so much about the amount that was taken from me, but it was the timing. I mean, I was getting married, and the last thing you want is, you know, your savings to be put on hold, or for somebody to take the hard-earned money that you worked for. And so, it was a client of mine. You see, I operated a retail outlet before. I used to sell gadgets, gadget grocery. It was an online store, and one of my clients, a regular loyal client, who would often buy from me and he would pay cash. One day he comes up to me and says, can I buy the newest iPhone models that just arrived? And I'm like, yeah, sure. He ordered 4. And that's not unusual because he would usually order that amount, and it would amount to a 6-digit figure. And so I said, yeah, fine. And he says to me, I'm going to come late at 7 o'clock. I said, okay, if I issue you a dated check. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, because I get to deposit it the next day. And so he comes, and then I see him driving his brand new BMW X5. My goodness. You would think, you knew that this guy had money. He was using this phone brand. I don't know if you know this, but it's like the Rolex of watches for smartphones. It's called the Virtus phone. It's very expensive, and he was using that. I'm like, my goodness, this guy would definitely be good for the check. So I gave it to him. Then he left. And then the next day, I deposited the check. That's fine, but it takes 3 days to clear, right? So the next day he texts me again. He says, a couple of my colleagues also want to buy phones. Can I go to your office And I'm like, yeah, sure. So he comes again in the evening. And then he grabs, I think, 5 more phones or 6 more phones, amounting again to a 6-digit figure. And I'm like, that's good. So we parted our ways. And here, that was Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday came. And one thing as a business person that you would not like to get early in the morning is a bank calling you and then telling you, sir, magbubuyo cheque. And one thing that I realized when I got that call is that I had no idea where this guy lived. I knew who his friends might be. He actually works for, he's a public figure. He works for one of the government officials, and I knew that because he's been a client for many years, I think about 5-6 years. And so, and so in my heart, I was just trying to be peaceful, and I'm thinking, no, I just got to call him and inform him. Maybe he was being funded. So I text him, and then he responds. And he's like, sorry boss, nasa Bicol po ako. Deposit yun na lang bukas. Okay, so. And then the next day, the second check that he issued again bounced. By this time, I was already panicking, and so I started calling him unreachable. So I didn't know what to do. I kept on trying to look at my contacts who would probably know him. I couldn't find anybody until I found one guy. And then I got his help. I met him for dinner, and I asked him, can you help me out, bro? He's from community. Can you help me out? Because this guy that we both know, he ran away with the goods, and he didn't pay me. His checks bounced, and I don't know how to look for him. And so he tried to help me out. He pointed me to different contact people, and I went to them, and they couldn't help me out either. Because they were already saying, that guy also owes me money. Apparently, this guy, he was gambling recently, and he had been owing people left and right. That 2 weeks was the worst for me. Remember, I was getting married. But then, a few weeks later, the same guy that helped me out, he calls me up and he says, brother, yung pinag-uusapan natin, si nag-text sa akin. Binibenta ba naman ako ng iPhone? Sabi niya, mas mura, below market price. Malamang, wala kayong puhunan yun. Below market talaga yun. So, gusto mo, brother, ganito, i-entrapment natin siya. And I'm like, what is entrapment? This is the first time I heard about this. I've never done anything like this. He said, I'll invite him for coffee here in Rockland. And then he'll come, and then you bring police. You bring police, and then you get behind bars. You do this. You invite the NBI. And I'm like,